gives great pleasure to introduce Eric Voorhees, which anyone in the Bitcoin world should know Eric as one of the leading serial entrepreneurs. This is his new venture, Shapeshift, which you may have seen in various places on the web, leading advertiser in its beta form. And Eric, I'll let you take it away with your presentation.
All right, thanks. So this is Shapeshift. I'll talk about this today. Shapeshift has been my venture since about March or April of last year. I was previously working at Coinapult down in Panama. I left there in February of last year and started this, and I'm back in the U.S. doing so. So for those who have not experienced Shapeshift yet or don't know what it is, put simply, it is the fastest and easiest way for people and machines to swap digital assets. So right now, that means mostly cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and all the others. And in the future, it will allow the transfer and exchange of many other types of assets as well, above and beyond coins. The reason Shapeshift is important is because it is a significant improvement over how cryptocurrency exchange was done in the past. So before Shapeshift, many of you are probably familiar with exchanges like Cryptsy or Peter, which just got hacked recently. And they're normal order book exchanges. And the way that it works is if you want to go buy some Litecoin, you sign up with them, you make an account, you go through that whole process. You have to deposit coins with them. Then you have to put in bid or ask orders. Then there are, the price changes, there's slippage. You have custodial risk while you have your money on deposit with this exchange, which has been particularly a problem because these things keep getting hacked. And often just to go get a coin at one of these exchanges can often take 2 hours or more because you have to deposit money and withdraw it. These things all have to go through approvals and delays. So the whole process works. You can buy Litecoin in this way, but it's not very convenient or fast. So I built Shapeshift to essentially fix that problem. And the way Shapeshift works is that there are no sign-up or account whatsoever. You simply visit the website, you select the coin that you have and the coin that you want, and you send the former and receive the latter in moments. It has a fixed rate, so you know exactly what you're getting, the price per coin. There's no slippage. And very importantly, there's no custodial risk because the funds are sent to Shapeshift and sent back to you very quickly. And if any of you are familiar with how Satoshi Dice worked, it was the same way. There's no account. You just send money in, and then funds would be sent back if you won the bet. So whereas currency exchange before Shapeshift can take 2 hours, now you can get it done in 30 seconds, and sometimes a lot less than that. So that's the reason that we built it. Next slide. So the way that it earns money, very simple. There's a spread on the exchange rate that Shapeshift offers for every coin. This ranges based on things like order book depth and other things, but tends to be between 0.2 and 2% per transaction. Currently, the site is processing between $10,000 and $20,000 a day, and growing at about 20 to 50% per month over the last 5 or 6 months. Next slide. One thing that we have been extremely pleased with is the response from our customers, and most people who have tried to buy cryptocurrencies before, once they try Shapeshift, they just immediately see the value of it because it makes the whole process so darn easy. And really, it shouldn't be any harder to buy coins than it is to send an email or a text message to someone. There shouldn't be delay and financial risk in doing so. So the customers have been really happy. They're talking about it a lot, and a lot of our marketing is getting done through word of mouth. So a few of our features. We have the normal website where you can just go and trade coins, but fundamentally the whole service has been built more to be used as an API So sort of a utility that other cryptocurrency websites and companies can utilize for any sort of conversion that they want to do. So the API is finished and ready and very simple, and people have been using it for all sorts of interesting things. One example is all these people who mine other altcoins because they may be more profitable for the hashing power that they have, but they don't want those coins. So they'll mine with their hardware and then immediately use the API and convert their mining revenue into Bitcoin. That's one early use case that we saw people starting to use. Another one with the API, if you're a company that has a multi-currency wallet, for example, like Block.io or Coinomi, those companies are integrating the API so that customers within those wallets can immediately convert between coins. So you can convert between Dogecoin and Bitcoin in the wallet without having to ever visit an exchange or leave the wallet interface whatsoever. Then we have something called Lens. And Lens is a very cool little browser plugin, which once you have it installed, it's Firefox or Chrome. It puts a little tiny fox head icon next to any Bitcoin address that you see on a web page, and you can click that and then send any other kind of coin to that address. So if you have a bunch of Litecoin and you're trying to pay a BitPay invoice, BitPay obviously doesn't accept anything with Bitcoin. So with this Lens plugin, you can send your Litecoin to that interface right on the page. It'll be converted by Shapeshift into Bitcoin and sent immediately to BitPay, and so you can essentially use all the cryptocurrencies supported on our platform for normal e-commerce now. And then also, sort of on the flip side, we have something called the Shifty button, which is just a really quick, easy HTML snippet that a merchant can use to allow his customers to pay with any of the altcoins that we offer. Next slide. So the team is 8 full-time plus counsel right now. That consists of me running the business. Then we have kind of my right-hand guy, director of operations. His name is John. He's in Denver, and he manages a team of 4 full-time developers there. And then we have a head of Asian marketing. She's Chinese. She's based in the Netherlands. And we have a head of normal marketing. Her name's Emily. She's also based in Denver. And that's the full team right now. The company itself, the entity, was only recently formed. For a long time, it wasn't an entity, and we chose to form it in Switzerland as a Swiss AG corporation. And this was done mostly for regulatory reasons because we got a very favorable opinion over there about how Shapeshift works and which laws it needed to comply with based on the model. So we were very happy with that. We went forward with the Swiss AG corporation. Next slide. So now to the most important part, the actual numbers and how things are doing. Before this was just sort of a concept, an idea, and now we have a number of months where we can actually see if the market is liking it, and so far they are. So you can see over the last 5 to 6 months, the numbers that we've been seeing. Even with the huge fall in Bitcoin price from December to January, where we fell from around 320 to 220, we still managed to break the dollar volume in January, despite that 30% price drop. And you can see that sort of shown in the BTC volume. Growth is going very well right now. This month, February, I guess, is almost over. We will hit at least $375,000 in volume just this month, so the growth is still continuing, and ultimately we just have to keep up that momentum. Next slide. So to the fundamentals of the round, we're trying to raise $1.8 million for about a 27% equity stake. So that's pre-money, so the valuation is something around $4.5 million, something like that. This amount was determined basically because I wanted to raise a year of burn to permit us to continue with the heavy amount of marketing that we're doing. We are intentionally saturating the market very quickly with our marketing so that we become a trusted brand and people recognize us very quickly, and they know that for any coin conversion or asset conversion that they need to do or that their site needs to do, they can use Shapeshift for it. So we're we've come out very strong and fast, and I'm going to keep up that marketing momentum for at least a year. So in terms of volume projections, we're targeting $30 million per month by the end of this year. That will also get us roughly at break-even in terms of revenue. So that's the goal for this year. Next slide. And then the vision long term, right now Shapeshift is the fastest way to buy Dogecoin, and that's fun. But probably none of us think that Dogecoin is going to take over the world or anything. But in the future, there are going to be all sorts of various digital assets, and this is our thesis essentially, that most finance is going to move into the crypto world, and you're going to see all these various assets, many of which have not even been considered. Some of which will just be cryptographic representations of assets that currently exist, but they will be all over the place, and people will need to be able to exchange them. And so we are building Shapeshift to be the engine for that exchange. So companies big and small can plug in to Shapeshift and convert between all these various assets online in the fastest and safest way possible. So how big of a market is that? Well, that would be many tens or hundreds of billions of dollars, to the extent that normal finance moves into the crypto world and things become represented in that way. So that's the dream. Yeah, so, and to give you guys a little information on who the other people are involved currently, Barry Silber and the Digital Currency Group are leading the round. Roger Veer, who's a close friend of mine, he's participating as well. And then other parties who are very likely to invest include Kurt Dalton with Mardal Investments in New York City, Dan Moorhead at Pantera, Ken Miyoshi, who's an angel, and possibly the CCCX group as well as Alex Marcos. You guys know him. So those are the people who have committed so far, and so we're excited to go forward with all these groups.